How's it, guys? Good morning. So today the review on the Bluesound powernode, the new one I did the unboxing on. Firstly, I want to apologize if I look a bit emotional this morning. This whole COVID thing is just sort of starting to take its toll. So firstly, all over the world, if there are people struggling with the COVID, losing family and all that stuff, just know you're not alone. And we must just stay strong and move through this thing. But yeah, let's get on to the review and more positive, up-cheering, happy things. The new Bluesound powernode. Guys, this unit is the most amazing piece of kit that I have had in maybe all the time I've been doing this. Now and then many things come out and they sort of just slight upgrades to a certain product and a bit better, almost like when Porsche does a car. It's slight increasements. You almost don't notice from the one model to the next. It's like only on the fifth one. But this unit, they took everything they did on the first one and just perfected it on this one. Well, I say everything. It's got its quirks, which I will get to. But firstly, let's compare this to the previous powernode. The previous powernode already was a brilliant piece of kit. What that did very well was, if you just take your laptop and you load Tidal onto your laptop via whatever you do to your integrated or receiver, or however you listen to your music, there's a delay. So if you go next song, there will be a delay. There's no way around it. The app on the Blue OS streaming it streamlines it so much. Smooth, responsive, quick. The processing is fast. It's just it's a flawless experience. I've not been a Rune guy, but I know many guys love to add Rune to the back end of this and use the Rune app instead of using the Blue OS app. So I can't talk about that. But just the way I do it using the Blue OS app for me is more than sufficient. So also on the previous one, which is better on this one, you could get, depending on the speakers, if you take a set of clips that's 96, 97 dB efficient, they will always play louder than the equivalent speaker being 90 or 89 or 88 dB efficient, just because of the efficiency. It uses those watts better. Not saying it's always going to be a better speaker. Sometimes the more demanding speakers are better speakers, but you need to feed them the right power. Just the way this game works. This is the reason why Clips does sell a lot of speakers, because you can drive them on anything. But I did a test with all the speakers. The previous powernode was a bit low on power. So if you run them on a demanding set of speakers, you always get to about 80% volume. And you feel you want to go a bit more, but you can't, because you never play something full volume. It just don't do it. 80% max, I always say. Otherwise, you get to the limit where that speaker is going to start clipping. So if I can just show you on a speaker here. Sometimes speakers can be bi-wired, so you can do the bass drivers and the tweeter differently with bi-amping on two amplifiers to feed it more power, more linear equal response. So if you are driving an amplifier to the max and it does not have enough power to feed that speaker, the tweeter will sort of run dry. And you start inducing clipping into that speaker. So that's why I always say, do not max out your amplifier. 70 to 80% for me, 80% being the max. When I demo stuff to clients on a home theater, I calibrate on reference volume, which is 0. And I do not go over that. You can go to plus 20, just ludicrous. 0 max. Anyways, it's actually a topic for a whole different video, but my point being, this has been improved. So this has now got 80 watts compared to the previous 60 watts. This has headroom for miles. I don't know. In theory, 20 watts when it's on paper, you almost like write it off. It's just another 60 watts, 80 watts, going to do nothing. Does a hell of a lot. Those are proper 20 watts they added there. I drove the Bentleys, the Bowers, monitor audio, the Definitives, speakers that are demanding to drive, which I would never pair with powernode, and it just that did it in spades. I honestly feel that this unit will be the go-to for many people on its own, nothing more. Just buy that and you're done. It's such a sleek and elegant piece of kit. I wanted a white one because all my stuff is white except for the ultra short throw, but black sells, so it's an easy seller, and I understand why they only bring in black. I would still love a white one. I'm a big fan of white, let's call them audio furniture, because that is what they are. Speakers are audio furniture. It doesn't need to be an eyesore. You can make it look good. But in any case, thinking of more pros. So streams brilliantly, power is amazing, looks elegant, drives almost any speakers. I say almost because you're going to get those speakers that are ultra demanding, like let's say 4 ohm at 85, 86 dB efficiency. Those speakers might be demanding. I don't have anything rating that low. My lowest rating is 4 ohm at 89, and that was still okay. But I know you get more demanding, so then it might be a bit taxing on it. But so far, everything I've tested is amazing. Sound quality compared to the previous units, the sound quality is very much on par, being slightly better. I find there's a slight bit more detail, a slight bit more openness and airiness to the music. That can also come down to more power, because as we know, power gives headroom. So I think most of it is down to the power. It's got new DACs in it, so that can also add to the sound quality. There's many things. They didn't just change one pair of things. They changed a lot to this unit. That's why I say from the ground up, they took everything that was good, they took away the bad, and they just made it a better unit. I do have some things that they can make better on the next one, but those are cosmetic, and audio wise not going to do anything to the units. I'll take the camera off now and show you what I mean. I'll talk about it first, and then I'll show you what I do not like, and I see most people have not liked this, is the interface on the top. You sort of don't know what it does. You take your hand over it and it lights up and it's like, ooh, it's amazing. But there's just a bunch of dots. That doesn't tell you what it does. The only thing that makes sense is that you can drag the volume up and down. You have to start pushing buttons to figure out what they do, unless you're like the manual guy and you read the manual before and you memorize what is where. But who has time for that? You need to put your hand there and it needs to show you. Play, pause, stop, volume up, volume down, a drag, that's obvious. But there's, how many buttons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons. I don't know what the hell they do. The only thing that's obvious is power, volume, next track with the arrows going to the sides. They could have made that much nicer. I know what they went for. They went for like a modern type of binary, and it's cool, but it's not functional. You're never going to use that. Because you don't know what's going on there. You're going to be using the app on your phone. The app is brilliant, so it is fine. I just wish they should have changed that, but other than that, very cool. What I would still like to see on these units, and that is something I mentioned on the Relic, and I know why they do this as well, but it's pure marketing, and I feel it's a bit of a crap marketing ploy. You do not get pre-outs on this, so you are forced to use this unit as is. Granted, that is what it's marketed for, and that's the way they want you to use it, but being an audiophile, sometimes when you do get that demanding set of speakers that want more power, I want to be able to run my pre-outs from that unit to my Peachtree or to my Rotel to drive that set of speakers. I just want that option, and they don't give it to you. So if you want to just stream and have pre-outs, you need to buy the normal node, but then you don't have power on there. So you're always going to have to run a power amp. And then if you want the all-in-one unit, you need the power node, but you do not have pre-outs. So you cannot run to an external amp. So they sort of force you to almost buy both if you want to do both, which is expensive. And it's marketing. It's a sales gimmick. They could have just added pre-outs on there. It's going to cost them like an extra, maybe $1,000, if that much. But I am prepared to pay 1,000 Rand more to have that option, instead of buying an additional node at 15 times that. Yeah, so that's another one. But I had that problem from the start, but it's never going to change because they want to make more money. It's marketing, I understand. And I don't understand, but I understand, if it makes any sense. Okay, so those are all the pros and cons. Guys, you cannot go wrong with this unit. It's exemplary. I cannot praise this enough. I've had so many people come in that's not seen the first one yesterday as well. And what's that? And you start playing it, and it's like, is it just that? It's like, it's just that. Playing them on floor standers, whatever. HDMI AUX, so you can connect it to your TV. So if you are in the market for a soundbar, don't buy a soundbar. Buy a power node. Add your favorite speakers to it. It can be bookshelves, can be floor standers. You can add a subwoofer. You can do streaming. You can do HDMI AUX. You can do multi-room by adding more Bluesounds. It's a high quality audiophile solution. It's going to change audio for the years to come. You're always going to get the guys like myself. You're going to want bigger stuff. At the bottom here, I've got the Peach and I've got the Rotel and I'm doing the Marantz. It's just part of the hobby, but I must admit, and I've spoken to other guys being even more crazy than me with this audio stuff, and all of us agree, we can live with that unit. Just that. If we had to sell, although Jason, buddy of mine, mentioning you again, he just downscaled his whole system, and he's an audiophile nut, to this and a pair of Kef LS, and he's happy. So it can happen. It can happen. We can live with just this. And I think many guys are following the new lifestyle of the minimalist lifestyle. That's it. One of those pair of speakers, rock and roll. I will be happy for days. Okay, I want to show you what I mean about the top. So I'm just going to unplug my mic. Get the okay. You guys see? Okay, so take your hand over, lights up. You don't know what this is for. You can see what the volume does by dragging. That's power on and off, next tracks. But what's those do? I don't know. I don't know what they do. I haven't even been bothered to figure out what they do. And that is what most of the people are saying about it. But okay, guys, so that's my review of the new Bluesound power node. You can contact me if you guys want a demo, if you want one, or look for your nearest dealer in the area. Please like, subscribe. Till next time, cheers, guys.